Hi, and welcome to Campaign Central for LXG's 2 campaigns that we're going to run for the contest that you guys made awesome, and we do appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So this video is just basically going to explain how this is going to work for us, why it may look a little different to some other videos from other people that you've seen on the YouTube, and primarily what changes we had to make to our original plans because we decided to run 2 instead of 1. So,
Because we're great.
Yeah, that we are. Alright, so why don't you start with what is the general plan for our schedule? What are we going to try to do?
Basically what we're looking at doing is Warzone, 1 top seat, so we want to make sure that we're getting at least 2 battle reports a week for Warzone, 1 battle report a week for Counterblast. In addition, we are looking to try to put in some other content. Some of it is going to vary a little bit because of the different settings for the 2 different games. Counterblast is going to be very sci-fi pulp feel. We're going to try to do some old film reels kind of news updates. Also, there's going to be some dime rag narratives that we're going to be putting up on the blog as opposed to the videos, to really try to maintain the feel for Counterblast. Vicky Keith and Brett and Patrick Keith have been really good about keeping us in the loop, answering a ton of questions that we've had since there's not a lot of the information out yet. And oddly enough, you're also going to be seeing some of the information, some of the backstory for the game being released to people for the first time through this campaign.
Because we asked for it and they were kind enough to give it to us.
Yeah.
So for pulp, for the pulp science fiction and with Counterblast, you said newsreels. Do we have anybody special that's going to be doing anything with that?
Yeah, we're actually working with a voice actor who we both know, a gentleman named Colin Babcock. I intend to have him doing some Galaxy News reports that I think his voice credit will work perfectly for.
And I agree. I absolutely agree. I think you guys will be in for a treat with that one. Alright, so that covers what we're doing for Counterblast for our schedule. What are we going to do for Warzone to make it feel different?
What we're doing with Warzone is, because Heroes of the Solar System, you guys really wanted to make sure that we were using Heroes of the Solar System characters for our leaders. We've actually converted all of our different faction leaders to do with Heroes of the Solar System. We've gotten a little bit of narrative written for each one that we're going to be putting up that is actually going to be narrated by New Icon, who you guys know as the voice of Warzone. He has a series of audio dramas that are excellent, and I'm really looking forward to getting up some of those. And then we have a little bit of narrative that's going to be going up, and also just a lot more campaign play and a lot more story-driven. One of the neat things about Warzone is that it's never red versus blue. It's red versus 7 or 8 different shades of blue, and some of those shades are a little bit purpley. So sides play around a little bit.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be fun to try to play with, too.
Yes, speaking in that vein, we have actually named both our campaigns.
Yes.
The Warzone one is?
The Warzone campaign is called Hidden Agendas, because some of those blue guys are a little purpley.
Yes. And the Counterblast one is called?
The Terror from Outer Space.
Very pulp sci-fi, if I don't... it just sounds like you see it scrolling across the screen and the whole nine.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm just going to take a moment to talk about how this actually plays out practically for us. Our original plan was to do 1 campaign. You all know that. We decided to do 2. There's still only 5 of us doing this work. So what had originally been planned is, each of us taking a faction and playing through our campaign and seeing how it played out. We can't really do that, maintain the schedule that we're putting forward. So you're going to see a lot of mix and match as far as players versus armies. For Warzone, it's primarily you're going to see myself, Second Class Elitist, and Merrick primarily doing the battle reports for those. And we will be switching sides as far as which army is playing for what, based on who would be most beneficial for playing that army. So, for example, a game might involve Cybertronic and Dark Legion, both of which are Second Class Elitist armies. one of either me or Merrick's got to play the other side of that, and then we'll just make the decision on who's most prepared to do that.
Because I would look really, really schizophrenic if I tried playing both sides of that game.
Yes, absolutely. Conversely, same thing on the side of Counterblast. I mean, you know, we had 4 of us pretty much ready to go for factions for there, and it's just not feasible with our schedules to have those same 4 people involved. So primarily, you're going to see second-class elitists. The man's putting in a lot of work, let me tell you. Token Gamer Chick and Ali Alcatraz are primarily going to do that. I may make you know, a spot here or there, depending on how the campaign goes out.
We're actually looking to have a little bit of special guest surprises for both campaigns. So, you know, there should be a couple tricks for both. Also, something I wanted to bring up, mention this on the blog.
Will do.
If you guys didn't see it on the blog, it's important I tell you here as well. If you are a blogger or a YouTuber, you can have an effect on this campaign. If you put up any material about Warzone or any material about Counterblast, make sure you put a link to the blog in and state which faction you're vying for. And as soon as I see it, those sides will get a little bit of a push. If you are a store owner or a club, please get in contact with us. I want you guys to be able to have a say in it as well. I want you to be able to be running events of your own that will tie in. I want to get as many people involved in this as possible, because the reason we play games is to play games and to tell a story. That's why you write a campaign. Absolutely. So the more that you guys can join in, the more you can make this thing bigger and badder than the 5 of us can manage on our own, the better this is going to be in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I mean that really just covers what we're, you know, going to do practically going forward. We covered the schedule. We gave you a little bit of an idea, and just so you know, there'll be other video content besides just the battle reports. Yes. We have other videos that we're putting together. Just kind of introduce you to us and us to you, so that you can see why we do what we do and why we're excited about what's coming forward for LXG going forward.
Absolutely, and both campaigns are going to be multi-channel. You're going to see things on our YouTube channel. You're also going to see things on LXG blog that are both going to tie back and forth into these campaigns. We have a lot of material that we're trying to pump into these campaigns to make these really spectacular, to give you guys an idea for what you can expect from these channels in 2015.
Absolutely. All right, so I think we've covered pretty much everything we want to talk about. Did you have anything else?
No, I think we're good.
I think I'm good. All right, so again, I'm Belgrath97. This is
Second Class Elitist.
And till next time.